How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Alex. Let me welcome you to Southern Racing Group. It's our very first episode, and today we're going to talk about how to properly load a Pro Tune to the Cobb Accessport V3. Alright, so the first thing that we are going to do is go to the Cobb Tuning website. We're going to select products. We're going to look at all of the products. And once that is loaded up, we're going to scroll down to software and we're going to select Accessport Manager. Once we get to that page, again, we're going to scroll down a little bit. And if you use a Mac, you select the Mac. If you use Windows, you use Windows. I use Windows, so I select that. You're going to download it, and when you open it up and you're done installing it, you're going to have the Accessport Manager on your desktop. The next thing that you're going to do is open up your Gmail account. Now, depending on who you tune with, they will send it to you via email or other forms. You're going to open up the email. You're going to download the file. And what I do is I put the file in a separate folder. You can see it right there. It's my PD tuning folder. There's the tune from Ryan. Next thing, we're going to open up the Accessport, or the Accessport Manager, I should say. We're going to open it up. That's what it pretty much looks like. The next thing we're going to do is actually connect the Cobb Accessport. Once the Cobb Accessport is connected, you can actually see it's loading the files. Here you can see all of the files that I currently have on the Cobb Accessport. And to demonstrate how this works, I'm going to delete the file right there. Just hit the delete button, select yes. We're going to select load file to the Accessport. It's already going to open up the PD tuning folder. I'm going to select the file, hit open. It's going to ask me, are you sure? I hit yes, and boom, the file is on the actual Accessport. Now you can use this to update, review the Accessport information, and of course eject the Accessport, which we're going to do now. Accessport is ejected. It is now safe to disconnect. So let's go ahead and head to the car. Okay, so once you're outside, you're going to open your door, and the supplied hardware from Cobb the OBD port only fits in one way. The bump needs to face down. So we're going to come down. You're going to go ahead and plug it in. Remember to be gentle. And once it's plugged into the OBD port, you're going to plug it into the actual Accessport. Okay, so now that you are in the vehicle, your Accessport is plugged in to the OBD port. You're going to see this screen. You're going to turn the car into the on position. What I would recommend is make sure that the music is off and that the air conditioning is off. Music is off. Entertainment off. Okay, so the music's off, AC's off. Now, depending on if you get a new or used, this is your screen. And actually, let me get a little closer. This is the down button. This is the up button. So down, up. This is the enter button, as you can see. And this little guy is your back or escape button. So before we load the tune, what I would advise you to do is actually go ahead, lower your windows, and we're going to close the door. Get the microphone in here. Okay, so now in order for you to load the tune, the next thing that we're going to do is you have the menu up. You're going to scroll down to tune. You're going to hit enter, and you're going to hit change map. It's going to bring up this screen, and it's going to have all the different tunes here. Now, before you saw me upload to 3.2. What we're going to do now is load to 3.5. So I can give you guys an example. Here you see is the warning message about the battery. I'm confident in my battery being fine. I hit OK. I plug it back in. And now what's going to happen here, it's going to generate some ECU data, which is more than likely for like the backup. And at that point, what's going to happen is you see that right here. Your gauges are going to go crazy. Everything's going to go wacky. Now, the most important part here is you can see it's starting to count and load. While this is happening, don't touch anything. Don't open your doors. Don't do anything that could jeopardize this from not doing what it's supposed to do. That's why I said you should have your windows open. So that way, if you are stuck outside, I don't know, maybe you have some water with you, because in Florida right now, it is hot as heck. So that way, you know, you're not going to sweat to death. Actually looking here, it's only been a couple of seconds, but you can already tell it's at nearly 75%. So that's a really good thing. So let's wait until everything is loaded up. Okay, so once the tune is loaded, you'll get this screen. It's going to tell you to turn the car for 15 seconds. You're going to hit OK. You're going to come back over here, turn the car off. This may still want to load the sync screen. That's something you'll get every time. And then at this point, the access port should turn off on its own if you have it turned to those settings. If not, it'll stay on. You're going to wait your 15 seconds. You're going to go to your gauges, which whatever gauges you want, that's up to you. And right now you see it's trying to connect to the access port. So just now the car officially turned off. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put our foot on the clutch since it's a manual car, start the vehicle. And at that point in time, you would be ready to go. Now, when we go into the gauges, depending on what your tuner recommends, you have the ability to actually go through and change the gauges where, hold on, got to put the car back into the on position to show you this. So right now you see I have 6 gauges displayed. You can change this where you can go up to the help menu, and you can see here change gauge layout. It gives you the option of up to 6 different gauges. I run all 6. What you choose to do is up to you or your tuner. And at that point you can change the units, you can configure data logging, and it also comes with a shift light. The data logging we're going to talk about some other time, but that's really the basics of it. At this point in time, you can remove the access port or you can keep it mounted. I have mine mounted here because it gives me some readouts that the actual car won't. So that's beneficial to me. And again, these are the readouts that my own tuner recommends. If you have, if you go with PD tuning, these will be very similar. If you go with some other companies, or if you stay with Cobb, they may want you to look at different stuff. But again, I would recommend that you go ahead and display whatever your tuner recommends, so that way if they tell you to look out for anything, you can actually look out for it and properly data log it. So that's how to properly install, load, and use your Cobb Accessport V3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.